So, today I've been trying to, or I have successfully implemented camera controls for my actor portrait plugin that I'm working on. The plugin, for those of you who do not know, which is everyone because I haven't put up any videos about it, is a plugin for Unreal where you can have a separate scene in your UI, basically. So this that you're seeing right here is just, it's a separate world. It's not the same world as, you know, the one in the editor. And you can do this in C++. You can spawn multiple scenes, and you can even render them to the UI, which is how they do stuff like, you know, actor, the actor viewport in here, where you can edit the actor. This is a completely different scene from, you know, this scene. So, you know, I thought this would be useful for many things. Mostly what I was gonna use it for is inspection, like inspecting your gear in World of Warcraft, or even the dude in PUBG that stands there, even though everyone turns that off because it's too slow. So today I've implemented camera controls, so you can now change the camera controls. So this is basically the default, what you want it to look like when it's first spawned. So you can rotate it and then change the FOV, camera rotation. Good stuff, works pretty well, pretty happy with it. Also been able to implement lighting, so you can set, you know, your lighting in your scene. Right now I've implemented in a way where you're basically changing the component as it is in the scene. Not sure, I'm not too happy about this because you can change stuff that's not necessarily, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be able to change, like level of detail and tags, and also mobility shouldn't change, it should be movable, otherwise it's not gonna work. So it's a bit strange that you can change it. Not sure how I'm gonna do that. Maybe I can hide some of these categories. Otherwise I might just make a separate struct or something that I'll allow you to edit. But I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. You can go in here, you can toggle settings. Let's see, this is directional light, so we can change the color. So you can see now it's red or blue, whatever it is that you like. Right now, the transform doesn't update in real time, so you have to like compile it for that to happen. It's a bit annoying. Gonna take a look at that at some point, probably. We'll see if you follow. It's not too bad if you have to compile it, so I mean, it's not too bad. It's not great performance as well, because when you change the skylight, it has to recompile. Speaking of performance, I've been trying to solve an issue that I have no idea what's going on. But basically, when you do this and you play, everything's good. You can even show the FPS. Great performance. This is, as soon as you put it on full screen, you see the performance drops quite a bit. And it's not only that it drops. If we bring up the session front end and we load a profile that I ran earlier today, let's see, it's this one, I believe. Yeah, here we go. You see that performance spikes. It has this weird pattern where it's okay, and then it spikes, and then it's okay, and it spikes, and it just goes on like this forever. I'm not sure what this is about. I've spent the better part of a whole weekend trying to figure out what the hell is going on. It seems to be that the game thread is idling, waiting for something for 30 milliseconds, which is just crazy. And not certain what's that all about. But I have contacted Epic through UDN. Luckily, I do have access to this through work. Hopefully they'll be able to point out what I'm doing wrong, or if this is even possible, which would be a big issue if I've done all this work, if it just turns out that now you can't do this. It's not performant. You can solve it using a render target and a capture component. It would be a whole lot of hassle that I really wouldn't wanna have to deal with. It would just be better if it just worked, but hey, that's Unreal, man. It's just sometimes it works. Well, oftentimes it doesn't